Guys, they said there was royal tears as the diviners that the king brought to the palace regarding this missing staff, the opase. They said that the missing of that staff is making the king to be restless. As a matter of fact, a lot of people have been saying that the king have refused to eat, that the kind of quietness that he is observing these days is so alarming. It calls for serious and fast action, because a lot of people are saying that without that uh, particular staff, that the weight, the king's decision will not carry weight. And there are a lot of things that they need to do this period that they will have to use that particular staff. So the missing of that staff have weakened the king in such a way that even to eat is a problem to him. And in as much as they said he have threatened the people that he is going to release Ogunjaye, you know. Okay, they said at first he gave them 48 hours that whoever that is involved in this should uh, return that staff. Now, when after they said it has been up to 24 hours, although he gave them 48 hours, and nobody is doing as if they want to bring it back, they said the king now summoned about 14 different diviners and a far priest from different places to come and tell him what he needs to know regarding the missing of that opase, the royal staff. So when they came, they were doing different cantation. This person will do their own. They will roll their this coin and all those things that they used to do with all those cowries. They will throw it up and down, asking the gods. At the end of the day, they said about four of them confirmed to the king that it was someone who picked that staff from the palace and kept it in a place where the staff is not even happy, you know. But where they buried it in tears. I don't know how they explain it, but the fact remains that it was someone who picked that staff from the palace and buried it somewhere, you know. I don't know the essence of burying it. Is it that it cannot stay in a place? I don't know. But they said the king have been quiet, looking hopelessly to the place where he used to hang that, because they said it was when they crowned him the king that they handed over that three staff. They said it was three, and this particular one got missing. So at this point, when they almost all of them confirmed that it was someone who picked it from the palace, because the thing cannot develop wing and fly away now, and they buried it somewhere. They said the king have said after 48 hours, like he said earlier, and nothing happened, that he is going to release Ogunjaye. And they said this have caused so much tears even among elders. Remember that there was a particular elder. They said this particular elder in question is someone that the king thought he was a friend, very close to the king, that the king always confided in him, started advising the king that he shouldn't allow the fight for the return of Jewel to make him lose his throne and all of that. And they said that discussion did not go well, because the way the king retorted back to that man, telling the man that you are not a good person. So you are advising him to leave his son outside, whereas you are living with your own son in your house. If your son have a problem and you cannot even take care of your son, you come to me, I will help you. You'll be happy that your son is growing under your tutelage, and my own is out there, not because he wants to be there. And I'm fighting to bring back my son. And you are telling me that I should not allow the love that I have for the jewel cost me my throne. So after that discussion, they said that particular elder was one of those who were present too when these diviners and the far priest came. And when the king talked about that releasing of Ogunjaye again, they said some elders started crying, telling the king that it hasn't gotten to that extent, this, that. And the question is, if it hasn't gotten to that extent, why won't they bring out that opase, that royal staff? Huh? And now, a lot of people are saying that Ebony's family, they might know what happened to this Opase. Because according to the information, they said their family elders visited the palace prior to the day that that Opase got missing. Yes, they came to discuss, according to them, about the king telling Ebony that she can go to the forest and open her pot, release her calabash and all of that. They have come to discuss it with the king, telling the king that it is not necessary, that you know that Ebony is just a woman, and maybe she said that out of anger, that she should know that Ebony is only trying to make the king love her and beg her, to make her feel like a woman that she is. But the king keep buying Ebony's ego. Because when Ebony told the king, I will go into the forest, I will do this, I will do that, she was expecting that the king will start begging her to please don't go, please. Okay, what do you want? Name your price, something of that nature. And you know that her major prize will be that the king should stop fighting about the return of the jewel, because we all know that Ebony worked so hard. As a matter of fact, some people say she did some of the things that she still regret up to today, just to make sure that the jewel leaves that marriage for her to take over. But unfortunately, in as much as she's one of the wives, it did not work out the way she planned it, because she was hoping that if the jewel leaves the marriage, the king will marry her and her alone, because the king that she know during that period was not a polygamist. If you remember, the king was haven't married two women at a time. That was why Ebony was hoping that, oh, by the time I'm done with the jewel, she will leave the marriage for me and I will be the only queen of Ile-Ife kingdom. I will be this, I will be that. But unfortunately, Ebony's bubbles were busted when the king left Ebony to go and marry the rest. So if the king tell Ebony, please, don't go to that forest, come, what do you want? Ebony will go as far as telling the king, I don't want the jewel to return back. And if the king said no, another problem will emerge. And that is why the king decided that, oh, Ebony, you want to go? Okay, go ahead. And you know that going into that forest is not an easy task. It's not something that you wake up and start going. They will have to prepare you. And that kind of preparation, they can only prepare you when you're going there for genuine something and not when you're going there for revenge or to cause mayhem and all of that. So right now they said everybody is crying, including the elders, because they know what it means for the king to release that Ogunja. The last time he released it, a lot of people did not make it alive until he was able to lock it again. So this time around, they are very much afraid that, oh, the king, don't do this. This is what we are hearing if the information is true. I want to remind you that these are all alleged, unverified information making rounds on social media and shouldn't be seen as fact unless we verify them. Thanks for watching. Bye for now. Love you.